Let's. Okay, it is 9:30. This is the Richland County Board of Commissioners. It is Thursday, June the 20th. And I am here, Darrell Banks, Commissioner, fellow commissioners, Cliff Mears, Tony Vero, our clerk, Stacy Crawl, our administrator, Drew Keller. Is Josh here or not? Guess not.
No.
Okay. And we have a guest on the line. We have Paul Lawrence from the News Journal and Carl Hunnell from the Richland Source. And why don't you tell us your name, who you represent, and we know what you represent, but they don't out that lane.
Okay, I'm Danny Bailey, W8DLB is my call sign. I have multiple times I'm representing the ham radio operators, more or less in Richland County. I also run the Skywarn program, storm chasing and all that good stuff, and then have the ham operators too to back up communications for Richland County if it goes down. So that's the job we do. We get different titles, do all kinds of different stuff for the county. So been busy this year, especially with all the tornadoes we've had. So,
and I know that when the Shelby tornado happened, you guys are some of the first to recognize it.
Yep. Yeah, we've had we had a couple of guys. Actually, I was one of them. I was probably half a mile from it when it come through. So, cause I got a call when it was over by New Washington. They spotted it, and I headed up toward Plymouth, and just happened to be just about probably about 10 minutes behind it when it went through just as about time I pull in. So,
Danny, you've got an exciting event this weekend, and we'd like to hear it. I know Tony and I went out a couple times.
We even brought the kid last year.
yep.
They were talking to someone on Neptune, I think, if I remember correctly. Bars or.
Yeah, this weekend is the 2024. It's Field Day. What we do is we'll be at South Park over here in Mansfield we'll be setting up ham radio stations. We'll be doing CW voice and digital now is into it with the computer age and all that stuff. And we've set up this weekend. We tried to make see how many other hams in the United States we can talk to. It's more or less like an emergency drill if we ever got a big disaster. I mean, whole United States wide, we ensure that we can communicate between each one of the states and stuff. And that's what we do this weekend. We have, the average right around this weekend, probably close to 450,000 ham radio operators on this weekend, just for this weekend. And it's planned every year, usually around the fourth weekend of June. And we go around and I said, just set up station. We're there from 2 p.m. Saturday until 2 p.m. Sunday. So all night long. And we try to make contact with all the other ham radio operators in the United States or around the world or whoever tries to contact us. And it's a lot of fun, something we get to do every year. And like I always said, it either with the weather, it either cooks us one year or the next year it rains the whole time. So this year it's as you guys know, it's going to cook us this year.
Make sure you cover that equipment if it rains.
Oh yeah. Well, I do. We got all the up there at South Park is where we're at, and we use the blockhouse that's there. We use the cabin that's there, and the blacksmith shop that's there. And plus two, they come in on Saturday and Sunday and go through and show what the buildings do, and then they let us. It's more or less like two different eras come together. You know, you got way back in the 1800s, they get to show, and then we come back in the 1900s and show. So it's kind of a dual thing this weekend. It's a lot of fun.
You have a lot of equipment out there too.
What's that?
You have a lot of equipment out there.
Oh yeah, we do a lot of equipment this year.
Last year and
yeah, we got
how much?
Oh yeah, and one thing about it, guys, it all is our equipment. No, it comes. That money comes. We supply ourselves our own needs, and just whatever we need, we just go get it, and it's there. You know, it's there for us to back up. Yeah, there's quite a bit of equipment. We had, like I said, they have radios in all locations, computers in all locations. So, but, and then this year, I'm gonna be playing around to see, and as Tony mentioned, I'm gonna see if I can contact the space station this year. I've done it once before. I have a little handheld radio and a handheld antenna, and you just follow it along. And it's a lot of, and it's fun if you get to contact them. It's a real fast contact, you know, you only got 10 minutes. And you gotta make it fast, and you got all people around the world are trying to contact the same time as we are. So you go in and just tell where you're at real fast and move on, so. But yeah, it's something we're gonna.
So Scott and Dwayne were offended that we're not worthy of them to come visit us anymore, so
No, okay, well, Scott is now the Great Lakes Director.
he's a fancy pants.
Yeah, he's
And he can't come here anymore, right?
over Kentucky, Indiana, and Dwayne couldn't come. Okay, reason why Dwayne is not here today also at this time is our breakfast down at Bob Evans on Hanley Road. So Dwayne's down there with that group.
Could have invited us.
Yeah, I mean, so I haven't heard anything that changes my original statement that they have other things to do now, so.
Yep, yeah, he had to meet the people that got some of our operators. That's where we meet down. But yeah, we meet there, and then on the third Saturday every month at Denny's, I have it's called the District 6, since I'm over District 6 counties. And we have a big meeting at Denny's the third Saturday every month out to Denny's. We go out there and eat and talk about radio stuff, or you never know what come politics, whatever. And we come up, and then like I said, and then and then usually the third Thursday every month, we meet at Bob Evans at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's the get together too. So we been doing it now for a long time.
We appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate that this is a fun weekend,
Right.
but it's not all fun and games. You carry on a very, very needed safety. And I'm afraid with all the terrorists that are in our United States right now, when they start hitting all our communication systems, we're going to rely on you guys.
Right. Well, also too, our big national headquarters, ARRL in Newington, Connecticut. We've been hacked. It's been hacked, and our reports that we send in to tell what we do, we can't even get in the system. So they've been working on that now for 3 weeks, trying to get it where they've hacked the system up there. So we ain't been able to send any reports in because there's nowhere to get them, and the system's all down. So that's what I said. Yeah, they don't know where it came from. They're thinking across the water, but not sure yet.
We have a proclamation because we do recognize how important you are.
Okay.
And I'll just read this. It's whereas Richland County has 503 licensed amateur ham radio operators who have demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing radio communications. And the term ham was applied in 1908 to the station call of the first amateur wireless station operated by Albert S. Hyman, Bob Ellman, and Poogie Murray. These amateur radio operators donate these services free of charge to Richland County in the interest of the citizens of Richland County as well as the world. These amateur radio operators are on alert for the emergency, local or worldwide, and practice their communication skills during the American Radio Relay League's Field Day exercise. This year's Amateur Radio Field Day exercise will take place on June 22nd, 23rd. Richland County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim the week of June 16th through June 22nd as Amateur Radio Week. We've all signed it, and we're all grateful.
Well, thank you very much.
I think it's a great thing that you set up all that equipment on at South Park for the public to see.
Right.
Not only do you do the service, but you open it up to so the public can come out and see what's in it.
Right. Real quick, one other thing we've done is some of us has found a new testing facility, to get your ham license. Okay, one place that costs you we found a group, don't cost you a dime. It don't cost you, come take a test, take as many tests you want, doesn't cost you anything. Only thing it is, you got to pay the fee to the FCC, the government's got to have their bite in it. So you got to pay them for your license. But yeah, we found it. We found a way that we can give you a test free. And since we've done that, we have gained, since we've done it, close to 25 new hams. Because they come in, you got people now studying and because, you know, you had to pay, kind of held them back. And because they failed, they got to pay again. So now we just opened it up. We got a group now. You got it now to where it comes in, it's free. And if you fail, you just take another test. Doesn't cost you nothing.
Serving the public, aren't you?
Right, that's always, keep trying to do it.
Be good, Daniel.
Already, you guys too.
Hang on, you might have some questions.
Tell Scott and Dwayne just tell them we're offended. Just make sure they know that we're offended.
I will do that, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carl Hunnell, do you have any questions for Danny?
Yeah, just to double check, Danny, what date and time is your event at South Park?
Okay, it's this coming Saturday and Sunday. It starts at 2 p.m. Saturday and ends at 2 p.m. Sunday, all night long.
And you said you'd actually been able to speak with the space station once. Do you remember anything about that, when it was and how that happens?
It's probably been, I'd say now probably 5 years ago. We have when we do this weekend and our paperwork that we get from the ARRL, which is our national league that runs this. Okay, they go through, of course, NASA and AMSAT is the group that runs it, and they go through and get when the passes are going to be flying over. There's a website you get on called Heavens Above, and you type in your address, and it tells you exactly when they're going to be coming over you. And then you just stand there, and they usually come out of the northeast and flies to the up to the northwest is the way it usually flies. And you just stand there and you just keep what you do, get on there and you holler, just give a call sign out like we'll be doing W8WEs or call sign. And I'll just say W8WE and our grid square we live in is EN80. And you'll say that, and then you'll have somebody who else is listening say this is whatever their call sign is, and they'll say, well, I'm in grid square EN91 or whatever. And that's what makes it kind of fun. But like I said, you only got 10 minutes to do that. So
Okay, anybody from the space station ever respond to say hello, or are they allowed to do that? Or are they sitting and listening? How does that work?
yeah, they'll okay. This weekend they'll be listening as they fly over, and because actually there's a ham station on the space station, and as they fly over, as it comes into our area, they'll be they'll be sitting there listening. If they hear anybody talking back and forth, they will. Mostly, it's just they'll butt in, but normally they just let us just get on there and say. And if another ham comes in, you talk around. Like you might be. Like here, I might make contact with them, and a guy in, say, Germany happens to hear it, and he'll come in there and say it, and you'll get to talk to Germany through the space station. And there's also too, besides the space station, there's also 5 amateur radio satellites. That's all up there too that we can use. Does the same exact thing, except that's just like you're familiar with the repeater. It just repeat what it does. It just make a call. And then it bounces out and anybody hears back in. But yeah, there's space station plus all those satellites that we get to use.
Right. Danny, how old are you and how long have you been involved in ham radio?
I am 64 years old and I started in 1994 doing this, become a ham radio operator. And then in 1999, I become I'm a district emergency coordinator. I'm over, real quick, Crawford, Richland, Ashland, Morrow, Holmes County, and Wayne County. If they get a disaster, I'm over those counties and they come to me if they need any ham radio help, which we've had Wayne County and Ashland County. We have events down at Mohegan. And they always require a bunch of hams because Mohegan's a pretty good area, and we usually go down there and communicate. It's runs through the Mohegan Forest down there, and they go through and it's like triathlons. They just had a triathlon Father's Day down there, and there was 30 ham operators down there during that. So all different stuff we do. Miss Ohio Parade, we line that up. We just did that. So we just lined the Miss Ohio Parade up.
And do you live in Mansfield, Danny?
I did. I lived in the big metropolis of Shiloh, and then I moved. I now live in Crestline. But I'm going back to Shiloh as soon as I get stuff arranged. Got to go back home.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's all I had. Stacy, can you send a copy of the proclamation?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Al, do you have anything?
Yeah, a couple questions. Danny, what kind of have there been any real major technological improvements or changes in ham radio since you've been involved?
Yeah, quite a bit. Since the internet, we have repeater systems. We have networks we set up. The ham radio company Yaesu, they make a repeater system, and it's digital communications. And what it does, like right now in the state of Ohio, there's 22 of these repeaters. I own one of them. And what it does is it connects the Ohio River to Lake Erie and Indianapolis, Indiana. I can key up on a 5-watt radio and talk to any one of those places with a key up. And that's mostly what it with the internet helps you talk around the world. And of course, we all know when the internet goes down, we lose all of that. But just the digital communications is a big thing coming in now. That's mainly since I've been out there, like I said, that's been the big thing, with the digital age coming.
Okay, what about the Ham Fest over the years? Have there been any changes to your annual Ham Fest outside of the fact that it seems to have grown?
Okay, the original Ham Fest we used to have, we had to, we stopped that. We no longer do that one due to people getting older and not getting, the help you used to have. But now we have a Trunk Fest. And matter of fact, it's coming up July the 6th out to the fairgrounds. And we moved to Ham Fest. It's more or less like a trunk sale. You come out there with your truck, back into a spot, drop your tailgate and sell right out the back of it. And that's the new thing we've been doing. We're getting quite a few people coming to that now. We get more and more all the time. But yeah, the Ham Fest we used to have, like I said, we more or less stopped that and went to the Trunk Fest now.
Okay, what about your annual event that's coming up? Is that changed much any or?
Yeah, it's with the digital age, they've added more of the digital stuff, and also too when we had COVID, nobody could get together and set up things. Well, they made it to where we could do the field day from home and collect the points, or you collect points. You get 2 points for each contact you make, and then if you have, like the commissioners show up, that's 150 points that goes in there just because any elected official comes in, we get 150 points bonus for that. And just a little different thing. You run a generator, you get bonus for that. If you run solar, you get bonus points. And that's mainly, but yeah, since the digital age come, they've added a lot of digital stuff, communications, see how far you get and different things like that. But yeah, the digital age really has changed ham radio a lot.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Danny.
Well, thank you guys.
I think
Be good.
You guys too. You guys have fun. Enjoy that.
we'll be happy to get you back into Richland County.
Well, I know you will.
Pass along those messages.
Yeah, I will. Oh, I will. I'll see him this weekend.
All right, good.
I'll see matter of fact, I'm going down. I'm going to Bob Evans right now. You guys, thank you guys.
Daniel.
Okay, well, let's move on to other. And first of all, can we certify the record of proceedings for June 18th?
So moved.
I think I need to make an amendment, actually. The last part on tape 0.02.41, when we talk about the contract amount is 6,600 for 2024. I believe we also had discussion where there was also a user fee per user. I think I said the total was $15,000. So I'd like to amend it to say 6,600 plus a fee per user.
And that's for users in excess.
It was 88, wasn't it? Yeah. That would be my amendment.
Like to, second this.
Oh, yeah. Good motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second, or however that works. Carl will yell at us because he's Carl.
Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Mears.
Yes.
Okay. And can we approve the requisitions?
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Do we want to approve the weekly transfers and appropriations?
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay, we have not an overweight and overdimensional vehicle permit for C.J. Hughes Construction Company to move some well-traveled equipment around Weller Township.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Not for me.
Hearing nothing, it's 9:51. Unless the press has any questions about that. Either one of you have any questions?
I'm good, thanks.
It's me too.
Okay, it's 9:52. We'll stand in recess until 10 a.m. Thank you. It is 10 a.m. We've been joined by Lori Betson from Jobs and Family Service. And Lori, you have some things you need us to approve. So why don't you run down the list and we will see if we want to do it or not.
Sorry, I didn't pick up an agenda, so,
The first one is
um,
resolution awarding program service contracts.
yes, this is just, every year we bring this resolution up to you so we can continue to use the Ohio Language Line Services as interpreter services for any of our, customers calling in that need to apply on the phone. They walk in and they need an interpreter, say they speak Spanish or Russian or whatever the case might be. And we can just use that language line and tap into an interpreter for that. The other one is Shred-it, just again, our annual maintenance agreement with Shred-it to do our shredding of documents based on our retention schedule.
How large is a container? Because it's priced per container. Is that like file box size?
It is, it's like, we have these, they're all the same size. We call it a Shred-it box. And it's just like a rectangular, maybe about 4 feet high, maybe 2.5 feet wide.
4 feet high?
Yeah, it's probably about maybe 3.5.
That's pretty good size.
Pardon me?
That's pretty good size.
It is pretty good size. Mhm.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the second resolution is just to establish for our agency a simplified acquisition threshold and a micro purchase for public assistance funding, and WIOA and public assistance. We do have some federal dollars, TANF dollars and WIOA dollars are federal grants. So this would just be to establish that threshold for our agency. We will need to modify our procurement policy. It hasn't been revised since 2021 and it still reflects some of the older amounts, the $10,000 micro purchase amount. So I plan to revise that, but did want to get this resolution together and to.
You've had thresholds in effect before this, haven't you?
We've always tried to work within the scope of the federal requirements and the state requirements. But we've never really established our own resolution.
This is the first time.
To my knowledge, this would be our first time. This was Andrew's suggestion to probably put that into a resolution format.
We did this for ARPA. Right, Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And then the last one is just a renewal of a lease agreement that we have with Medicaid, the Department of Medicaid. They have outstationed 2 Medicaid workers in our Ohio Means Job Center. They're only stationed there 2 days a week. The other 3 days they work from home. But this just reimburse us for the space that of 2 cubicles for those workers while they're in the center. They don't really contribute anything to the Ohio Means Job Center, meaning they don't see our customers that walk in. They do quality assurance for Medicaid, but it just gives them the opportunity to house them in an area other than, a Columbus or another state department.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Al, do you have any questions for Lori?
Yeah, on that procurement policy, what kinds of things are you talking about in terms of procuring?
Well, if we would use our temporary assistance and families funding to procure services for our families, such as, it might be a case where we would want to provide some type of educational readiness program for them. So we would have to procure if the amount of the contract would be over that 250,000 threshold.
Yeah, that's all I had. Thank you.
Carl, do you have any questions?
He's gone.
He's gone. Okay. All right.
And fuel micro purchases are exciting.
And do we have anything else to discuss? Hearing nothing. It's 10:06 and we have just adjourned.